What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the most underrated golf podcast on the market. Probably the number two golf podcast in the world. And we're number two because I say we're number two. I don't know why we won't say we're just number one. But again, you guys can help us get there. There's a lot you can do to help us get to number one. But again, guys, I'm Geremy and Nate, former NFL player and host of Golf and Gospel. Golf and Gospel is a show where I compete against your favorite athletes, professional, and friends as we compete in 9 holes to share the good news concerning Jesus Christ. If you want to check that out, go to golfandgospel.com or just go to Golf and Gospel on YouTube and see everything related to Golf and Gospel. And my co-host here, Nate Wong, the best PT in Phoenix, former Nebraska Cornhuskers golfer, and he's probably grieving the injury to Dylan Raiola, unfortunately, man. Don't know what them Cornhuskers are going to do, but this is my co-host, man, great friend. But again, guys, if there's anyone out there who's an athlete or just loves to work out, man, hydration is super important to an athlete's success. And the best way to stay hydrated is using Strokes Gained Hydration. They have amazing flavors from lemon, watermelon, and a new orange flavor. Use the discount code GolfandGospel10 and stay hydrated. Next, man, if you're a pro golfer or a leisure golfer, we know how important it is to keep those groove cleans. And the way I keep my groove cleans are by using the Caddy Splash cleaning brush, man. Use the discount code GolfandGospel10 to get better grooves, which means better shots. Also, I want to say thank you to all 115 subscribers on YouTube, man. Doesn't seem like a lot to maybe from a worldly success, man, but everything me and Nate has been doing at this point, we want to thank all 115 of you guys, man. Continue to support us. If you know any friends out there that love to nerd out about golf, I have opinions on golf, send this link to them. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and rate us on Spotify. And today, Nate, we're going to be talking about the LPGA. Yes, we do care about women's golf and support women's golf. The question is, why don't you? As well as we're going to be breaking down the Annika Driven tournament this week, predicting our winners. Gary Player labeling himself the third best player in all of golf and ranking Tiger at number 2. We're going to discuss that as well. LIV 72-hole format now, and Scott O'Neil securing more sponsorships. And lastly, is this Korn Ferry player the next Scotty Scheffler? We're going to get into all that. But again, guys, like, subscribe, rate us on Spotify. Now, Nate, let's get into it. First off, let's shout out to Nasa Hataoka for winning the Toto Japan Classic in a 1-hole playoff in the rain. But we have 2 more individual tournaments in the LPGA, the Annika Driven tournament this week, a tournament that Nelly actually won last year. Nate, question I got for you. Does she have a chance to win with currently there being Gino not playing, Minjee Lee not playing, and H.J. Kim who are not playing, who are 1, 3, and 5 in the CME race, and Nelly being number 9? Can she win this?
Dude, I saw that, and I saw that Gino wasn't playing. Dude, did you see what happened in Japan for the LPGA? Like, it got rained out, and they're like, we're just going to do a playoff. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was a par 3, too.
Yeah, dude, but it was crazy. But I switched it over after college football, and I was all, because it was going on in Japan. But dude, yeah, the other thing, dude, I saw that Nelly had won it. Dude, she won it 3 of the last 4 years.
There you go.
The Annika event, and I saw that Gino wasn't playing. Iowa twins are like this, dude. This is a tough call to make because it's like, remember, it's like, all right, if Rory wants to win, he just has to shoot Scotty. Who does Nelly shoot? Who does Nelly need to go scope out on the driving range? You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's a tough call. But, bro, that was her 7th win last year, which was a crazy record year for Nelly last year. Really tough to guess. I would want to say yes. Okay. How has she been playing recently? I don't feel like I haven't seen her up there.
Well, yeah, because she's been battling that injury because she didn't play in the International Crown Series. So this would be one of her first tournaments coming back since then. So with a limited field per se, do we think that like she can do something here?
What happened again? I mean, I can't remember what her injury was.
Recent withdrawal from the International Crown due to a neck injury that flared up at the practice round. That's something in 2024. But her neck is this year. I remember last year she got bit by a dog in 2024. So that was something different too.
Oh,
this year.
And she had a blood clot. Like,
yes, 2022.
Yep. She had 2 or 3 years ago. Dude, what's with all these neck injuries, man? Got our homie Victor Hovland, and then didn't Jordan Spieth have a neck thing too? But the thing is
he did.
I,
You're right.
yeah, Jordan Spieth, like, yeah, it was like the week that Victor Hovland withdrew. I think it was the Travelers when
Yep,
Keegan won.
correct.
When a bunch of guys went down with a neck injury.
Yeah.
Something in the water, I guess. But what I hope for Nelly, because this happened to me whenever I had wrist surgery when I was in college, and then when I came back, I like balled out. I was playing the best golf of my life, honestly, and it really is, because like when you like come back after injury, you're like fresh, your mind is clear, you play more freely, and you know, if Nelly plays freely, we can kind of get like the Scotty Scheffler of the women's golf league, you know what I'm saying? Which can be scary. I'm saying this wishfully, because I do want to see Nelly kind of be a contender. I kind of like it when there is more like a bad guy on tour, a bad girl, I guess, on tour, where it's like they're the Patriots or they're the Chiefs. Like, we got to just I don't want to see them win anymore. I kind of think that makes golf more fun. Like, we're going to see this guy win and we're going to see greatness, or we get to like see him lose and be like, yes, I wanted him to lose, you know?
Yeah. That's a good point.
So, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's even crazier, man, so about Nelly, we talked about this plenty of times, man, how her scoring average has actually went down despite her not winning. She's number 3 in scoring average, and out of the top 5 players in scoring average, again, she's the only one without a win, which reminds you of Tommy Fleetwood at the time when he didn't win until he won at the Tour Championship, man. But we look at the top 5 people once again. Gino Tidical, won the Buick and the Mizuho, however you pronounce it, forgive me, listeners. Minjee Lee, who won the KPMG, and I am counting the international crown because she won MVP. So I'm putting that on her resume. Yamashita, she won the Maybach and the AIG Open. And then H.J. Kim, who's number 5 in scoring, won the Ford Championship. So she's the only one in that top 5 with a great scoring average, but has not captured a win. In my opinion, I think I'm in the same phase as you, bro. I'm very hopeful for her because, again, not saying the field is like limited, like there are no stars in it, but some of your top dogs are out.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity to come back and possibly win. Now, for her, she might want to just come back and see how her neck feels, maybe hopefully just kind of test that thing out. Not to say she's not here, hopefully, to win, but I think she said, if I can get through a successful round without any pain, that's a win for her, and then hopefully she can capture something at the CME next week and take down reigning champion Gino Tidical. So that's my thoughts, man. However, Nate, let's break down like we used to do, man. Top 3 people you believe have an opportunity to win the Annika-driven tournament. And how about this? I'll start it off and just kind of scouting the course thus far. The fairways are somewhat very, very wide. And I'm thinking approach shots into the green, and the greens are super undulated. So with that being said, I'm going to go with Celine Botti. 19 and 21 cuts made so far, super efficient. 5 top 10s this year, and she's top 25 in putts per green regulation at 73%. But my worry with her, per se, is her inconsistency comes in patterns. She does not really, do good for one day. The next day, she kind of falls apart. So, for example, she'll be good on day 1, then day 2, not so much. And then day 3, she does very well, but then day 4, not so much. So, hope that she could just find this week to string all 4 days together, maybe come out with her first victory. The second person I'm going to say is a person who already has 2 wins. I'm being aggressive by saying she's going to get her 3rd win this year. Maya Yamashita, ranked 8 in average putts per round, and her approach shot rank is in the top 20. 4th in scoring average, as we just alluded to earlier. And she's going to get, again, her 3rd win this year, mentioning earlier the AIG Women's Open, as well as the Maybach Championship. And the last person I'm going to go with, who I think has a good chance of winning the Annika, is H.J. Choi. Last 3 matches, man, top 11 trending up or down, depending on how you look at it. She was T11, and then she went from T7, and then she just went from T2. So, again, trending upward towards getting a win. I believe she does not have a win this year, and we know majority of the tournaments this year have been first-time winners besides those top 3 people I just said. Again, Yamashita, Minjee, and Gino. I think H.A. Choi can come in here and get her first victory at the Annika-driven championship. So, Nate, I would love to hear your thoughts on who you believe can be a winner in the Annika.
So, real quick, so you're not going to pick Nelly?
I'm not picking Nelly. I'm hopeful for her, but I think a win for her is just saying I feel injury-free. let me go see if I can win the CME.
Okay. I think I actually am gonna go with Nelly for one of my picks, and the main reason was because was it the BM? No, it wasn't the BMW. It was one of the FedEx Cup events, right? When Ben Griffin lost to Scotty in the playoff.
Oh,
and then we were all like,
that was the Procore. It was Procore.
Or,
I think, right?
it was Procore. That's right. It was a Procore. Yeah. I was all like, if Scotty didn't show up, Ben Griffin would have won. Sure enough, today, whatever the tour event was today with the FedEx Cup, Scotty didn't show up. Guess who freaking won? Ben Griffin. Yes. So maybe with Gino not showing up, now Nelly is gonna be. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's my line of reasoning with picking Nelly. I like it. You do kind of scare me with the putting thing about how like people who putt well, this course favors people who putts well, because that does seem to be like weakness in Nelly's game. And I saw news on it earlier this year. Kind of now that football season's happened, I feel like my football news and golf news is kind of getting mixed up and lost, but I thought like Nelly didn't she get like a new putting coach, or was she thinking about getting a new putting coach?
Good question. Not sure. I know when I was looking up stuff on her, they said her putting has gotten better since the beginning of the season, because we know how she was really, really struggling, and then it became
she's switching putters. Yeah,
it became her wedge play that's become an issue, and I think again with the fairways being super wide, approach shots mean everything. Hopefully her wedges are dialed in. So, like I said, I think obviously her neck has a lot to do with that too. So. It's not just based off skill set. It's like, how is this injury really? It goes back when we talked to Novak on his episode, right? He was like, bro, I wasn't even feeling 100%. I just went out there like dinking driver and stuff, and then he just
Oakmont, that's
good.
right.
Yeah, he just so happened to feel good and did well. And I think again, Nelly can have that same approach. Then that's a win for her, and then that gives her momentum going to the CME. But I mean, that's your pick. That's your pick. I haven't picked Nelly all year, but hey.
I know, and I've picked Nelly all year, so it hasn't proved fruitful for me. But I'm gonna go. Another one was Aki Iway. I think.
Oh yeah, Iway twins.
The Iway twins are one of the Iway twins are both won this year on tour. Yep. She's kind of weak in drive accuracy, but she's 7th in putts per green in regulation. So she averages 1.75 greens per putts when she hits a green in regulation. So that's going to be my second pick. With the third pick, let's see. I'll have to think about this. I might go with... So I was thinking Rio Tequita.
Won the international crown, too. Oh, Rio Tequita. That's a good pick, too.
Well, I was thinking her, but she is like among the worst in putts per green in regulation. Yeah, so it's easy to hit greens on this course. So it's like if you can make the putts and capitalize on these green hits... Let's see. Grace Kim. Dude, they don't even have her putts. Oh, here we go. Dang, she's 58th. I don't really want that.
Yeah, I think the Evian was just she's a great golfer. Don't get me wrong. No disrespect. Just like an outlier day for her. Like she just caught fire. Chipping in, making birdies. Almost holing out eagles. I mean, like striking in a bottle for her.
I think who was it that tweeted? It was like, how well do some of these players play when these tour players, how well do they play compared to their average when they win? And it's like some of these guys will play like 10 strokes above their average when they win. Some of these guys, like obviously like when Tiger won in his prime, he would just play slightly above average for what he was, and same with, and Scotty's just probably playing average golf for him when he's winning,
Right.
So I think Grace Kim did have a crazy day. And took down Gino. So
great one.
Here I got one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen Kupcho.
Jen Kupcho for sure.
25th, averages 1.77 putts per green in regulation. She's 29th in birdies made and 16th in eagles made. So like, I don't know if you could hit if there's open fairways, you likely have more eagle shots because. A, you can hit bombs off par fives, and B, if you're in the fairway, it's easier to like approach these par fives. So, I feel like that's a sleeper though. For sure. Nah, let's go for it. Let's go for it, Jen. You got it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Again, guys, we watch women's golf. We support women's golf. Why aren't you, man? Let us know in the comments who you believe can win the Annika Driven Championship. All right, Nate, let's move over to one of the more controversial things that was said in news last week, but I still think it's a good discussion topic. Gary Player saying that he ranks himself as the number 3 golfer of all time, with Tiger being 2 and Jack Nicklaus being number 1. What are your thoughts in regards to him being number 3 of all time? Is that the right placement for him? And what are your thoughts on him putting Tiger, the GOAT Tiger, at number 2?
Man, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like a lot of this Tiger and Nicklaus talk is like a lot of it. It's like Jordan versus LeBron, you know, and you know, some of these people who would debate be like, when was the NBA more competitive? When was it more watched? Who changed the game more and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I think Tiger changed the game more than anybody. And I think he made golf more competitive than it's ever been.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like the whole aspect of it, dude, and I think like this other thing too, like what are we talking here? Are we talking about like career, or are we talking about like prime Tiger versus prime Jack? And I don't think prime Tiger is losing to anybody
For sure.
in the history of golf. Probably in like the future of golf too, you know? Like
Yeah.
I think prime Tiger is not going to lose to anybody. So
I think if I had to say for Gary Player, I think he's just saying all time, like even currently now. So Tiger's still playing. I think that's where he was going with. I don't think he was saying in prime, because I think that would be a little outlandish to say in Tiger's prime that Tiger's 2. Now, granted, we didn't get to really watch Jack. We only got highlights of watching Jack and stuff, and he did great things. But I think even in his totality, with Tiger still playing, I'm putting Tiger at 1, putting Jack at 2. But I'm not saying that's so easy. When I look at people talk about this topic, I feel like they kind of disrespect Jack as if like he didn't do much of anything, or like it's a bad comparison. I mean, Jack has what, 18 majors? Like, bro, that is tough. Winning one at what, 46? Like, bro, he was out there dogging, bro. It's not like this just sleep on him and say like oh, he's like. It's not to say that it's not a fair argument. Granted, yes, Tiger is 1, but I don't like how people belittle Jack when people try to make an argument for Jack.
that's true. Yeah. You can kind of praise Tiger without like putting down Jack. Is like
Yes. Yes.
And I, dude, Jack is unbelievable, and his career is. I don't think it will ever be touched. You know, so
I don't either. I do not either.
We have to put that out there, and I think Gary is coming at it differently because he like played with Jack a lot, and Jack handed it to him a lot. Like Jack beat him a lot, and it's really hard to get up there when people are like, "Who do you think's better, this guy that spanked you all the time, or this new kid on the block?" You know, and
he's going.
It's also like what, and then it's also like, you know, when I was in high school and someone, or like when I was in college and someone new is coming in, I'm like, dude, y'all. Just wait till you learn from me, you know, like this seasoned vet that I am or whatever. And I feel like Gary probably felt that way about Tiger, because Tiger, when he came into the scene, was very young. And he's probably thinking like this young, immature, slightly, I mean, he was very confident, which
for sure
presented as arrogant back in the day. He's probably like, this young man needs to learn. And he's very not. And Gary probably felt like Tiger was very naive at the time. So I think with that perspective, you know, I think that's why Gary kind of ranked it the way he ranked it. And dude, I also don't want to dog on Gary, because that guy is a legend. Like
100%.
He is an absolute legend of the game. I also don't know if I would put him 3rd. So,
okay.
I think he would be top 5.
He's top 5. He's top 5. Here are my thoughts. So I kind of had the same thing. It's like if someone made the right argument, like you bring these both to a judge right now and put them both on the stands, you make an argument for a lot of reasons why Gary Player should be 3rd, but you can make a lot of arguments why he's not. He's indeed top 5. I mean, he had over 160 worldwide wins. He's one of the few out of 6 players that have the career Grand Slam. The only person doing my research, looking things up, who I would personally put above him at 3, possibly, and I would love to hear people's thoughts, is possibly Ben Hogan. There's a lot of things. Ben Hogan's also a career Grand Slam guy. I think he changed.
Where would you put Arnold?
5 or 6. because I'm
You
also
look,
even more. I'm also super impressive with him being a Ryder Cup captain, automatically qualifying, and also winning. Because I made that comparison a lot with if Keegan would have done it and stuff like that. And obviously Arnold has done a lot just in the golf space, just in regards to winning and his legacy as well. I think some people might say 5 or 6 is a reach, but if anything, I'll say Arnold's top 10.
yeah, Ben Hogan. It's interesting. You're almost like you might also like Bobby Jones at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not putting Bobby Jones in the top 5, but I just said Ben Hogan because again, career Grand Slam. I think he has over 64 wins. I believe he has either 8 or 9 majors, and then and just kind of the pureness of his swing was kind of almost revolutionary. Like a lot of people wanted to learn from Ben Hogan's swing. You don't really hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, let me learn from Gary Player's swing." Obviously, Gary Player, again, phenomenal guy, has a good swing, but the things that people want to take, if you, I think it says a lot when people want to idolize your game and want to start taking pieces of your game to put into theirs. And
yeah,
Ben Hogan's one of those guys. Everybody wants to know how they can swim like Ben Hogan. People love reading his book. And I guess as a bonus, he served in the Air Force, man. He served our country. So,
yeah.
yeah, but that's the only person I can argue and debate should probably be over Gary. But Gary putting himself at 3. It's not a stretch. I know a lot of people try to give him some backlash.
Yeah.
You look at his resume, it's not a stretch. I mean, again, 160 plus worldwide wins, career Grand Slam guy. I believe he has 9 majors. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to play in Ryder Cups. He's from South Africa, but he was a dog of a golfer, man. A dog of a golfer.
Dude, yeah. Well, and I think like before Tiger, because like no one really. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really grow up in that era, but like I feel
Sure.
hard work and dedication wasn't that commonly preached until Gary Player was like, "Dude, create your own luck," And I don't know. I think he embodied a lot of the grit and determination and dedication to the sport. That wasn't not obviously everybody else was hardworking, but he talked about it more than probably any other golfer. I feel like. So granted, I didn't grow up in that era, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
So I love Gary Player for that reason. Dude, he's an absolute legend. I do not want to take away from this guy. He's definitely an all-timer.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just more infatuated with Arnold as an icon. That's why I would put Arnold at 3. And I do feel like there was a lot more interesting back and forth between Arnold and Jack moments than I don't want to say that.
I like that take. I like that take.
Yeah, it was.
I like it.
It was just like in that era, it was more Arnold was going to take down Jack versus Gary Player was going to take down Jack, even though Gary definitely bested Jack several times. But I feel like the rivalry was more Arnold and Jack versus Gary and Jack.
Would you say the same thing? I mean, this dude's probably top 15 all time. When we think about Tiger versus Phil in similar eras, because they went back and forth a lot. Granted, Phil was never able to be number 1 golfer in the world because he played in Tiger's era, but Phil was able to get the green jacket multiple times, as well as the Open, as well as the PGA Championship. I think again, Phil's the only one Phil doesn't have is the U.S. Open, I believe. But he went back and forth with Tiger quite a bit too.
Yeah, I feel like that's because I feel like Phil would have been the greatest of like the 2000s if it wasn't for Tiger. Sure. And there were still really good players. Like Seve was still kind of coming down. Vijay Singh, Jim Furyk, Angel Cabrera, who came out of nowhere, KJ Choi, who came out of nowhere. These guys are like major champions. These guys are major champions that came out of nowhere. So, like obviously, there were some good players back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But I mean, I think the same thing could be said for Phil, and like that kind of gives him a little boost. It's like, dude, if you just didn't happen to exist at the same time as another great, you would have been the greatest of our generation. And I feel like some of that can be said about some of the guys like Rory, Bryson, Rory, mainly Rory and Bryson right now, because you just happen to exist at the same time as Scotty. And Rory had to go against prime Jordan Spieth, early in his career. So I do think that gives Phil like a little bit of like, hey, you don't have as many wins, so you can kind of climb the ranks a little higher. I think the
Yeah.
same thing for Arnold is like, hey, you don't have that many wins, and you don't have as many major wins, but we can kind of boost you a little bit because you just happen to have these awesome rivalries with
Yeah.
one of the goats, the second goat, because Tiger's
Yeah.
the goat.
Yeah, there it is. There it is, guys. Again, we would love to know your thoughts in the comments, man. Is Gary Player reaching, putting himself at 3? And is he outlandish for saying a comment like Tiger's number 2? Again, please let us know, like, subscribe. Nate, again, let's move on to the most hated golf tour. We got to talk about it. In the world, unfortunately, LIV Golf. LIV Golf has now just made a new format with 72 holes in an effort to get official world golf ranking points. What's your thought on this move? Is it a move of strength, or do you think it's a move of weakness?
I don't know. My big question is, are they able to go back to 54 holes and still maintain their?
I
I
wouldn't say. I wouldn't think so. If I know where you're going with this question, I'm gonna let you finish. My apologies.
I'm just curious because like once they get it, then their events are like gonna be ranked, and then
Yeah.
they can do whatever they want with their. They can't do whatever they want, but they can.
Yeah.
They have a little bit more give. But I I I hate to regurgitate Dan Rappaport. We want to have our own original thoughts, but
For sure. You can source
but
it.
no, but but I'm not trying to take his idea, so I will source Dan Rappaport, and
Yeah.
if it's a good idea, it's a good idea. So,
Yeah.
but I like what he said. It's like, hey, Liv isn't trying to be the PGA. Like they're trying to be different, but part of me feels like they're trying to cater to more of the traditional style of golf now with the 72 holes, trying to get more world golf rankings,
Yeah.
giving us. And these are all good things for Liv, So like,
Yeah.
that's why like traditions, a lot of the good traditions stay, but like having a way to play in instead of like, hey, we're just gonna sign guys and like be like a GM and scout guys, Like now there's a way to get into the Liv, and it's definitely becoming more like the PGA and it's
Yeah.
or like the DP World Tour, and I think that hurts Liv. Like they want to get the younger crowd, they want to have the energy, and now they're being a lot more conventional, which I feel like is getting just the average, average profile of golf watchers, which is like an older population,
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean this is a bad thing for Liv. I want to say
Sure.
that like these aren't
sure.
bad things for Liv, and I think Scott O'Neill has a direction he wants to take the tour. But part of me is like, can they revert back to the, hey, we're gonna be the young, energetic
Yeah.
party on the golf course and have music blasting
I mean, does it
while
say that they're
people are
going to
playing?
stop doing that? Are they going to stop doing that because now it's 72 holes? I mean, I would think they're still going to have their same environment.
Yeah, that's a
set
good
up.
point.
I think there's good and bad to it. I think it's good that you're playing 72 holes because, again, you want to get the official world golf rankings. And with a lot of contracts being up and guys who want to be able to, have the opportunity to have higher rankings to possibly automatically qualify for Ryder Cup, even though now that's kind of like a thing that LIV players won't be able to play in the Ryder Cup. But just to even have a higher world rankings so you can get into events like majors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I think is a good thing as opposed to trying to go qualify for them and then you just have that one bad day. You don't get to play in the U.S. Open or PGA Championship, wherever it may be. I do think, again, it does separate what they were trying to do in regards to be different. I know people are trying to scapegoat and say, no, 54 stood for 54 players in the field, which we know in reality it stood for, 54 holes. So I think and I also think it's good too, and I'm not sure if I'm repeating myself, but if you have 72 holes and people can start to get official world golf rankings, it's going to be easier to sign and keep certain players. Because
That's right. Yeah.
So now you can probably, and this is just me talking, maybe you can go out there and get a Max Homa because I can always still climb the ranks. But because I was playing so bad this year, I can't go to LIV and risk kind of like dissolving my legacy of career because I can never move up in the rankings. But now that there's an opportunity that I can, maybe you can get some of the current superstars and not try to get like an old superstar or up-and-coming superstar because now they can play to continue to build towards their rankings. I just think everything they built for with it being 54 and stuff, Um, we don't see
Yeah.
much different between them two. Outside of, again, you got team formats and stuff. But I never heard someone say like, "Oh, I'm a Stingers fan" or "I'm a Crushers fan." You know what I'm saying? I usually just root for the player, and that player so happens to be on that
For
team.
sure.
I don't really see
Yeah.
apparel being bought for those teams, and I'm still under the impression it still will be shotgun start. So those things you still differ from the PGA, but I don't think 72 is as bad as what golf fans are making it be. And I also
Yeah, I don't
want
think
to say,
that's the big issue.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I was going to say, I just feel like too, Live just lives rent free inside like the PGA elitist mind. Like you could just bring up
Yeah.
normal news about Live, and people in the PGA is like, whatever, they suck anyway. No one's watching. It's like,
Yeah.
no,
They're gonna hate whatever decision they make. Yeah. They're gonna not.
100%.
They're not gonna like it. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I sent you that screenshot of one of my boys saying like, bruh, no other sport hates on another league like PGA people do for Live. Like
So
whoever's
true.
in the
Like the
NBA,
UFL.
UFL, NFL players love supporting guys in UFL, and
For sure.
maybe because the NFL doesn't feel threatened, that could be possible. But like, even if you look at basketball, bro, like real hoopers just love basketball just because basketball is being played. That's why I always say for myself, like I just like watching Live Golf because it's still good golf. I just want to watch golf. I mean, again, I like watching
For
Tour,
sure.
I like watching LPGA. I just like watching golf, man. It could be a local Asher tour here, and my buddy Brent Grant's playing. I'm gonna go watch because I enjoy watching golf, and that's my buddy. Like,
Dude, yeah, it's fun.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is the only time where people within the same sport are bumping heads, man. And I don't. I see why, but like, I hate when it's unwarranted. Like, why are y'all attacking Liv for no reason? They're just saying like, "Hey, we got 17 holes." You go like, "Oh, you guys suck. No one's gonna watch this." And it's like, all right,
I know.
bro, man. Like, it's golf. Like, I just want to watch golf, dog. And
Dude, yeah.
it's just crazy.
Well, it's like part of me is like people watch the PGA. Like the PGA ratings have gone up this year, I believe, compared to last
sure.
year. People can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm like pretty positive that it has done that. And the PGA's ratings are better than Liv's ratings. So how would it hurt?
Without question.
Yeah, so how would it hurt the Live Tour to be more like the PGA Tour for the ratings and stuff like that, And now they have an extra day to get more sponsors, to get more
Which
a
Scott
bigger
Ozer
TV
has been
contract.
doing. He has been doing.
Yeah, and to get a bigger TV contract. So I think these are all good things for Live. I just think the part of me is just like, hey, it just doesn't sound like their original mission statement. But
Sure. Good point.
they're still becoming a more legitimate tour. It's kind of like when I was going to PT school, is all like there's some schools that weren't accredited yet because you have to like get accreditation, and it's like, do you want to go there? But for the most part, schools get their accreditation, and then you can become a physical therapist, even if you go to a brand new school. And it's kind of like that with Liv. I feel like it's like, dude, Liv is going to be accredited or whatever, and they're going to get their overall world golf rankings. And now I think that is a big threat. Like I definitely think guys like Homa are going to be like, well, like I can still get status on big events I want to play. I work half as much, make the same amount of money, have guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Not saying Max Homa's going to go, but maybe some of the more undercard guys are like the Thigalas of the world or the what did you send me that I was what did you send me? I was like, dude, they got to get Sahith and Akshay, and they got to get them on the same team,
I think it was when I sent you that thing about like what players can possibly go to Live, and it was saying it was people who won this year, and I think that was it. Yeah, just current players who won this year. I don't think Akshay or Sahith won, but
but I was all like, dude, Liv's got an empty blank check. Give it to Sahith. Give it to and I want those guys to. Yeah, I want those guys to make their money. I'm a huge fan of those guys.
Yeah, same here, man. But again, I think Scott O'Neill just doing a good job in regards to getting these sponsorships, man. I mean HSBC, Salesforce, Qualcomm, TrackMan, and a lot of stuff he's doing.
TrackMan's huge.
He's doing a good job, man. But again, for me, man, I just want to watch golf. Like I don't care where it's coming from. And something else we talked about last week, it's like what Liv is doing a really good job of is just putting their footprint on allowing other countries to see some of your, current favorite golfers. Like, unfortunately, in Asia, you're not going to get to see Scotty. You're not going to really get to see much of Rory. You're not going to get to see much of Xander Schauffele. But because of what Liv is doing, trying to spread it out from a worldwide standpoint, you're gonna get to go see Bryson in Australia. You're gonna get to go see Bubba Watson in Australia, or John Rahm in Japan or something like that, man. So they're making their footprint worldwide. Might not look as attractive in the U.S. And someone might try to fact check us and say, well, statistically, you look at the numbers, they're not getting much feature even over there, which obviously that's for discussion. Which again, if you guys know that, let us know in the comments. But I think they're doing a good job just putting their footprint on it from a worldwide standpoint. But, Nate, I do want to talk about this, even though we're mentioning the 72-hole situation. Tyrell Hatton, playing this week at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championships on the DP World Tour, said LIV Golf surveyed players at the end of 2024 asking about moving to 72 holes. Of those who filled it out, only 3 were in support of the change. Question. So questioning, why do you think that this number was so low?
Dude, my best guess is, one, it's hard to string together 4 good rounds. It's hard to string together 3 good rounds, let alone 4. So
I can barely.
Part of me is like, dude, I can barely do one day. I freaking played well the front 9 today, and then I stunk in the back. So I actually think that's probably low on the reasons list. I really think it's just, dude, it's such a long week if you go 4 days. And then to travel to the next event, especially in the PGA Tour, dude, you got to get there. You get done. If you make the cut, which is what you want, you leave Sunday to the next tournament location, and then you got to get ready for it right away. And it's just these weeks are long. There's not a break. You can't, if you get lucky, you can stop by.
I don't think they have every week. I don't think they play every week. So they get 5.
Oh, that's right. It's not even a big deal for them.
Yeah, that would be
it's not even a big deal. That's right.
Yeah, but the thing you just triggered me on is, and someone fact check us too, are there going to be cuts now? I don't think so, because it's still going to be 54 players. So I don't think they're going to have cuts. They're just going to have 72 holes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be cuts, because that would have, because maybe they shouldn't do that, because then you're really just merging the PGA. Just keep it at 54, let everybody play through, and just thug it out from there. I would say my answer why I believe that the thought was so low is I think some guys on LIV still do love golf and grinding for it and trying to win, but I think they just still want to do less for more. I just want to play 3 days and still get way more money than the person who gets 10th at the American Express.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's also a reason why I was thinking of. I was like, dude, why would you work, 25% harder for the same amount of pay?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think those guys, and a lot of those guys did go to LIV to money chase. A lot of them don't really want to grind to win. Some of them probably wait until a major week. Okay, let me work hard now. But we see a guy respectfully, I feel like Neiman does work hard. To get 7 wins on at LIV is incredible. Mm-hmm. And if they want to make the argument too, hopefully for LIV's case, if you start doing 4 days, which we know they are, and you start winning majors, now you can't have the argument of well, they only play 3 days, that's why they don't win in majors. Now, if they go into that and go into majors not doing well, people are still going to be see, that's why LIV Golf sucks, because it makes your talent regress, which I don't think that's the case. But if you go in with 4 days with LIV and you start to win majors, you can make the opportunity that LIV Golf actually can compete with the PGA. Because last year, unfortunately, the PGA, I won't say unfortunately, because I'm not pro LIV, but unfortunately for LIV, they got swept by the PGA players. None of them won any of the majors, man. So if you can get 4 and it can make you feel well prepped for majors, maybe that'll help your case for getting more support from a fan base perspective for LIV Golf. So we'll see. So Nate, let's move over to this. Tom Mckibbin, I hope I said that correctly, won the Hong Kong Open through the Asian Tours to secure a spot for the Masters. Now, typically signing with LIV, you didn't get that opportunity, but the Masters changed their criteria this year, designating 6 national opens where the winner earns an invitation to the Masters, as well as Tom earned one for the British Open. Now, Mckibbin was once, or maybe still is, that's up to research, was once Rory's protege, but this is what Rory said in regards to when Mckibbin joined LIV back in January.
I've known Tom since he was, 10 years old, 11 years old. As soon as he got the offer, he rang me. We had a really good conversation, and I talked to him multiple times over the course of December to sort of get a feel for what he was thinking and obviously what he was going to do. And all I could do is give my perspective. I really like Tom as a person, as a player. I think he's got a ton of potential. Look, I said to him, if I were in your shoes, I would make a different choice than the one you're thinking of making. Working so hard to get your tour card in the States, that's something that he really did to achieve that goal last year. Was a big achievement. What he potentially is sacrificing and giving up with access to majors, potential Ryder Cup spot, depending on how he would play, it wouldn't have been if I were in his position and I had his potential, which I think I have been in before. I wouldn't make that decision, but I'm not him. I'm not in his shoes. He's a grown man at this point and can make his own decisions. All I can do is try to give him my perspective. Look, it would be, personally for me, it would be a little disappointing if it were to happen. I made it perfectly clear I am not going to stand in your way to make a decision that you feel like you need to make for yourself. But at the same time, I just feel like he's giving up a lot to not really benefit that much.
So, question 8. Do you think that Rory is hating, despite Tom making that move, he still found a way to get in the field for the Masters and the British Open? Or do you think that Rory actually cares about the well-being of Tom's golf future?
Well, I mean, he obviously cares about this guy. I just think Rory has such a biased perspective towards the PGA in his own right, and I think he wants to defend the PGA, so I'm not going to hate on that. So I think it's like a little bit of both. Like, he's definitely looking out for this kid, but he's also like, hey, this I don't like it. I wouldn't like it if anyone goes to LIV.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do kind of think him winning the Hong Kong Open and getting status in, was it the Masters, and then what was the other one again?
British Open.
The British Open. It's kind of like a in your face to Rory, not from Tom McKibbin,
Tom, for sure.
But from just like, hey, you can, from LIV, like, you can still gain status. Like, if you play well, the big tournaments are going to find you,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, I think good for Tom, but I think you should just go where you can play golf and make a comfortable living and support your family, for that guy. Like, he's really young and winning's not guaranteed, and you can get streaky. Like, you could be like a Homa, and
Yeah, unfortunately.
find your valleys and like, when you're 22 and you want guaranteed money, LIV is an easy option. But
yeah, I agree with you. I think it goes back. I side with both. I think that Rory is looking out for the well-being of the kid for sure. Part of me also believes that Rory hates LIV so much. Like, it's like, well, don't go over there. Like, why would you do something like that? I think this was back in January, so it did make sense when he said, Ryder Cup situations and like not be able to play in like Masters and so on and so on. Because now I had those thoughts for Joseph Ballester at the time, or for Caleb Sarant.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how are they going to be able to play in these fields when there's no opportunity for you guys to get into them? But now, there is opportunity, and I think a lot of things obviously LIV is doing with its relationship with the Asian Tour and giving guys more opportunity and stuff like that. It is opening up doors, so that kind of could be an in-your-face moment for Rory. But I don't think I don't want to say that his hate for LIV outweighs more than how much he cares for Tom. But Tom's going to be in the field with him. Yeah.
And there's a part of me that's probably like, I bet Rory is a fan of Tom too, and he really believes in Tom's ability. And when he's like, oh, he's just gonna go to LIV, well, there's less of a chance that this guy's gonna play in a lot of the majors, and I want to see this kid shine in majors. Yeah. Or I want to see this kid compete in majors and just kind of make golf more interesting, because we don't want to see Tom McKibbin win against, with all due respect, Brooks Koepka now, or like Cam Smith now, right? Like, we want to see him.
Oh my gosh, Cam Smith.
We want, I know, right? Send him back to Q school. We want to see him go against a Rory more often. I bet Rory feels this way. Like, he wants to see him go against Rory more often. He wants to see him go against Scotty and Xander and a lot of these big time players and big time moments. And I just don't feel like the moments are that big in LIV. Obviously, people are nervous when they are over or when they're on the first tee of any shot, and then when they're over a birdie putt, right? But I just feel like the moments are way bigger in the PGA Tour, and 100%. Rory wants to see what this kid is made of, because he really believes it. And that's the other thing too. Is like, dude, if you believe in your ability, stay on the PGA. You know, if you really, really believe in your ability. Wow. But if you I guess that's strong words, but I'm like, dude, if you think you can be if you think you can be the next GOAT, like Joseel Ballesteros or Caleb Surratt, like, dude, if you think you can be the next GOAT, go on the PGA Tour and prove it. But if you want to just take the easy money and like set your family up, which I get, those are all good things, you know. Just go take the LIV, go take the guaranteed money. But yeah, it's really I wonder what you feel about this, because you've been a pro athlete at the highest level. It's like, do you feel like it's hard to take a bet on yourself? Like when you were with the Lions and you're thinking about going to the CFL, like mentally, was that like a hard bet to place on yourself? Just thinking about it. Obviously you didn't, but like.
Yeah. No, I don't think it was a hard. I mean, like I said, my whole thing is I really felt like the Lord didn't allow me to see the full fruits of my hard work yet. So my plan was to go to CFL, ball out, and come back to the league, and then I'm going to see everything I've done in the NFL, how much I worked, how much film I watched, all this training, nutrition I did, is going to come to life, and it didn't. That's not to obviously scare anyone away from like trying to go in the PGA and believe.
Yeah, try to bet on yourself, but
you can, because we just saw Minwoo Lee said, "I'm not going to LIV, I'm staying here." Minwoo Lee believes that he can do a lot on the PGA. Good for you. And that's also not to say if you do go to LIV that you don't believe in your talents, because everything that LIV is doing now, trying to get things more, I don't even say balanced, because we know LIV wants to take over the PGA. But right now, if they can just get to an equal field and still have guys be able to compete in majors and be successful, they can still earn a legacy in the golf space. But just for me, bro, no, I bet it on myself. I didn't want to play it safe. I mean, unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way I really wanted, but yeah.
I guess you're right. I was gonna say, like, I guess you're right. Like, going on LIV is kind of betting, because it's not guaranteed forever. You know, you can play your way out, like our homie Anthony Kim.
But trying to get back on Mito Pereira, like.
Yeah, Mito, dude, he was a great player. You know, so yeah, obviously you're still betting on yourself, and you still have to believe in your abilities to some extent, to a very large extent, if you go to LIV. But I feel like if you really think you can be the best and you can take down the Scotties of the world, the Rorys, the Xanders, go to the PGA Tour if that's what you're made of. You know.
Yeah, if you want to see them every single week. Yeah.
Yeah, but I get it, dude. It's hard. Like, do you really, in your heart of hearts, want to go against Scotty every other week? You know, like.
Yeah. That's difficult. I mean, I don't think any player goes in saying, like, you know what, I'm fighting for second. But there's always the thought the boogeyman's right there every time, bro. And I believe it's pretty frustrating. Let's move over to the PGA, man. So, Nate, we talked about this. Justin Rose withdrew his name from the Ryder Cup captain consideration. What are your thoughts on this move?
I don't know. So does this mean he can't be like a vice captain as well? Like he is just not going to serve as continent?
My thought was Justin Rose is under the impression like, bro, I don't want to be captain because I'm playing. I'm going to.
That's what I was thinking.
He's like, I'm going to either qualify and be in that top six, or I'm going to get a captain's pick. Go ahead.
Dude, I was just thinking like he's going to be like, did you see what I did the last two Ryder Cups? Like he played well in the last Ryder Cup. He was making huge long putts, dude. Like.
And we saw what he did at the in Memphis against JJ Spawn. Like he's still.
Oh, that's right, in the playoffs, dude.
Very well
against an American. Yeah.
There we go. And we can't forget he almost won the Masters. So I wonder if he's going to, like, once my talents digress, maybe I'll put that in consideration. Or my other thought was, at some point we have to see this happen. But my other thought was like maybe he doesn't want to be captain and have the same situation that Keegan just had. I'm doing so good. Do I pick myself? Or if I automatically qualify, like, how do I handle the pressures of being both a captain as well as a player? And I don't want that pressure. So I'm going to withdraw my name, and I'm going to continue to play. So
yeah.
That's my whole thought with it. But I think at some point someone has to take on that challenge. I want to see somebody do it. If Arnold Palmer was successful at it, and again, that's a big name to say. Arnold Palmer was a guy. But someone at some point has to be a captain as well as a player as well. Now we won't see that until guys kind of get a little bit older. As we see also the captain's ages are starting to get younger and younger. Keegan was 39 as a captain. Typically you see like older guys, be captain. And then I think they get that captain a lot because their talents are digressing. But Justin Rose still looks amazing. But I think it's something about the pressure. Like, dog, I don't want to also play and be a captain. That's just too much. I'd rather just play golf. And I wonder too, Justin Rose. I wonder if he's like, man, if I choose to be a captain, am I saying that I saw the best of my golf go already? It's just a question, and I wonder if he's asking himself.
Well, my thing is too is like this year or this next Ryder Cup is going to be in Europe, and I feel like if you're a playing captain, you can't help but set up the course that's going to be favorable for your game.
Yeah.
And Justin Rose's game is very unlike a lot of these guys that are playing in the Ryder Cup. Like it's nothing like Ludwig, right? It's nothing like Rory. So I wonder if he's just kind of like, no, if I'm gonna be considered as if he becomes captain, it's really hard for him to bias the course for Rory when he might stink, Yeah,
that's a great point.
Part of me. So maybe the next one when it's in the United States and they have nothing to do with the course design, he might be like, yo, all right, I'm up for this captain thing.
Yeah. But then hopefully, because how old is he 47, 48? How old is Justin Rose? I might
he's like in his I think he's like 43.
No, he's not.
I don't know.
He's that young.
Let's see.
I think he's like 46
Let's see.
or something like that. Justin Rose is 45.
I don't know, 46 actually sound.
45.
Oh, dude, see, 46 kind of sounded right, but I was kind of like, nah, he can't be that old. And I'm only saying that because he played so well at the Ryder Cup. So I'm like, he can't be that old. Dang, dude.
He is 45, bro. 45. So, I mean, if you're talking about when they come back to the United States, that's in 3 years. So now you're looking at 48, 49. So he might be out of his prime. I mean, we'll see. Like we did say earlier, Jack did win a major at 46, but he's not Jack. But we'll see. But, yeah, there was that expectation that Luke Donald was going to step aside, whatever the results were going to be in New York. But it looks like he can seriously be considering a third term. And you never know. Maybe Justin Rose was like, out of respect for Luke Donald, because I have a high I have a belief there's a high chance that he's going to do this again. I don't want to be in place of that. I'd rather play for Luke than, dethrone him until he calls.
Yeah, take a spot. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be what he's actually thinking. But let's move over to someone you were talking about earlier, Ben Griffin. Man, Ben Griffin gets his third win of the season, beating some good names in the FedEx Cup Fall field right now. Garrett Kingo, Matt Schmidt, Nick Dunlap, who played really well on one of those days, as we saw when he shot 61. JJ Spahn, Wyndham Clark. Question: can you expect him to have similar success like he did last year with the way he's ending his season? Ben Griffin, that is.
Yeah, man, like with Ben Griffin, I almost feel like, well, dude, no, he played in the Ryder Cup too, right? How did he do the Ryder Cup? No, he missed that putt on. Wasn't he the one that on 17 and 18? On 17 18, he like had to make the birdie. He was going against Shane Lowry. Was that him, or am I thinking of someone else?
Man, I would say the U.S. played so bad, I don't even remember that Ryder Cup. But
dude, no, it was on.
We can say every player in the United States played bad, but Cam Young. So I mean, we can't just.
That's true.
With the Ryder Cup,
Cam Young.
Yeah, he's the only one that was.
Yeah. And Ryder Cup is different. Ryder Cup is different.
Very different than just playing by yourself at Travelers or the Genesis or whatever it may be.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I like. I was just saying, I like to say it's on the up and up for Ben Griffin. I agree. But I feel like he also is a streaky player, kind of like our buddy Nick Dunlap. Like, just
I don't think he's that streaky.
Yeah, but like to an extent. Yeah. Nick Dunlap would shoot 90-63. Like.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you just shot 30 strokes better than yourself in a day, But I don't know. I think he has to dial in some things to become more consistent. Dude, my thing is if you're Dude, so my thing, I'm curious to hear what you're gonna say, but my thing is, if you're that streaky, you have to. It's gotta be all mental. Like it's mostly mental, right?
Or too much creatine, depending.
Or too much creatine.
Yeah.
No, I think, but I think it's gotta be like mostly like a mental thing. And if he saw like your boy Robin Risota or something like that, like he could maybe dial it in. Yeah.
No,
what do you think?
I think he's going to continue to hit his groove, man. Like I said, he should have won 2 in the FedEx Cup fall, but he missed the easy putt and then gave it to Scotty, so he could have 4 wins this year. But I think when you get 3 wins, no matter what league you in, LIV or DP,
Korn Ferry,
Tour, Korn Ferry, 3 wins is incredible, bro. And we see he already got a Ryder Cup under his belt, so he already got the nerves of that. So he's no longer like a rookie. I think that helped kind of boost his like mental and like his I guess his courage in regards to just playing the game of golf and his momentum as he continues to progress throughout his PGA Tour career. I'm pretty sure if he continues this, he's going to get some experience on the President's Cup. That's going to be this year, either as a captain's pick or he's going to be in that top 6 as well. And we just look at him statistically, man. He's been playing really well. He's 5th in strokes gained total. He's a top 20 putter. He's 7th in scoring average. The thing that he has to improve that you said you wonder if it's mental. I think mental could always be improved for every athlete, no matter what it is.
It's true.
He is 145th in proximity. So, if he can obviously dial in his irons, his wedges, and we're going to see some more wins from Ben Griffin. Not to the standard of Scotty, because that's a reach. And I feel like that's contradicting me saying, because I just said Rico Hoy is probably going to be close to Scotty if he can just learn how to putt. But yeah. I think once he dials in his proximity, he's going to be a lot scarier than what he has been, because he was only one of 6 or 7 players this year to have more than 2 wins, but now he has 3, and I think he might be one of 2, him and Scotty, in terms of more than 3 wins. So. I think it's going to be very promising for Ben Griffin. And if Novak continues to play well, and they're really good friends, we can already hopefully chop it up to another win at Zurich to defend their title.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh, I think Rory has 3 wins too. But it's like, dude, he's literally among Rory, Scotty, and dude, think about that. Like Rory, Scotty, and Ben Griffin. It's like,
that's going to be like a fun trivia question, like 10 years from now. Who had more than 3 wins along with Scotty and Rory McIlroy?
Rory, yeah.
And you're going to probably think like, is it Lou?
Xander? Yeah.
Xander. Ben Griffin.
Ben Griffin. What?
Yeah, but that also depends. Let's say if he's still dominant 10 years from now, then that's an easy answer. But if he cools down a lot, it's kind of like, what are we talking about here?
Who's Ben Griffin? Yeah.
Exactly. It was like, oh man, what year was it? I forgot the quarterback's name. One of the quarterbacks for the Packers had like this amazing game where he threw for like the most yards in one game. And it wasn't like Brett Favre, it wasn't Aaron Rodgers.
Matt Flynn or something like that?
Yes, it was Matt Flynn.
It was.
Then he went to Oakland and was like terrible. And then, it was just bad. Yeah. No, he went to Seattle and then lost.
Yeah, Seattle.
To Russell Wilson. Yeah. So it could be like some random trivia question like that. But Nate, as we are close to getting to our closing again, please, guys, like, subscribe, rate on Spotify. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now, Scotty is still the reigning king of the PGA. There's no question. It's not really even close. But this Korn Ferry star, John Kiefer IV, can be well on his way to Scotty status, according to reports. Johnny Kiefer recently just achieved a milestone that only Scotty Scheffler has accomplished before him, winning both the Korn Ferry Tour Rookie of the Year as well as Player of the Year awards in the same season. Nate, question I have: do we hop on the train for Johnny Kiefer now, expecting quick dominance when he gets on the tour, or are you not buying the hype that people are trying to say about him?
Dude, I don't know, man. So there's a piece of me that's like, well, LIV took a lot of good players. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
So they thinned out the comp. And dude, I don't want to take away anything from this guy. Like, it's hard to win Player of the Year in high school, dude. It's hard to win, you know. So, and this guy is the Player of the Year in literally the second best league in golf, you know. So I don't want to take away that, but I do think
he doesn't have to see Tom Mckibbin. He doesn't have to see him.
Yeah, see Tom Mckibbin or
McKibbin.
yeah.
McKibbin, yeah.
He didn't see guys like that, so it's like, well, still, very impressive. I just wouldn't jump on the train. I'm like curious, like, where did he go to college? Did he play anywhere in college?
Let's see.
Baylor.
Oh, okay, yeah, another Texas guy, along with
bro,
Spieth and Scotty.
Bro, this kid is ranked 53rd in the world right now on the Korn Ferry Tour. And he's played in 4 events, made 2 cuts.
2 or 4 cuts, yep, I seen that. Hey, look at this. Look at his Korn Ferry stuff. Korn Ferry, he had 23 events.
2 wins.
2 wins, 19 and 23 cuts made, 2 runner-ups, 6 top 5 finishes, and 9 top 10 finishes. Made over $830,000 this year.
Dude, I don't know. Like, it's. Yeah. I feel like it's like whenever we have like a dominant guy in like a tour under any tour, right? Like, if someone goes from AAA to AAA to the majors, it's like, all right. Once they go against major league arms or once they go against major league batters, they kind of shrink. Or I hope I'm not saying this wishfully at all. Yeah. But or like when you have like a guy like Hakeem Butler, who's the receiver, they're drafted by the Cardinals, like in the UFL, just is a killer in the UFL. Yeah. Just all UFL the last 3 years or whatever, and then goes to a practice squad and does nothing, you know, or like, you know, it's just a different game. And the other thing too is like Korn Ferry Tour is a lot of birdie fests. It's like just who can go low, who can shoot -30. It's like a race to -30 every other week. Yeah. And the PGA Tour, it's Oakmont, you know, it's Pebble Beach, it's Spyglass and stuff like that. So I don't want to say it's completely because it's still golf, right? But I'm just not buying the I'm not betting on him yet, but I think he has a lot of promise.
I think he has a lot of promise. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I think it's easy for a lot of people when you see momentum. They love to compare them to, you know, the latest great player that it was. So Scotty,
but it's like the expectations.
Tiger was getting the the Jack Nicklaus comparisons, and now granted, him winning Tour Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year, those are objective things that Scotty also did.
Yeah.
I think just
resume builders.
Make the comparison so quick is a little tough. And we got to remember, Scotty didn't get his first win until his 3rd year on tour. So he wasn't dominant right off the back, you know what I'm saying? So Scotty got on in 2019. He didn't win until 2022 until he got to Waste Management. So there's a lot that he has to accomplish if he wants to obviously just fill the shoes of Scotty, which Scotty's nowhere near done with his prime. It's kind of like, did you watch the Last Dance documentary?
No, I'm not a basketball guy, but sorry, world.
That's crazy because that's one of the best sports documentaries ever, in my opinion. But there was like this scene on how like everyone had this hype for Kobe, like Kobe's the next one, this and that. But there was like the king is still in the league right now, which was Michael Jordan. And I think that's essentially what Johnny Kiefer will be facing is Scotty Scheffler. Like, you might be a great Kobe right now, maybe. We got to see how your career turns out. I know there's high hopes for him, but the king is still on the PGA, which is Scotty. Also, I wanted to say this earlier, too, because I know you said Jordan, LeBron. I think Jack and Tiger are like Bill Russell and Jordan. Tiger being Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah, who was like a great NBA player, won.
And LeBron would be Scotty?
Yeah. That's what it would be. Yeah. But
wait, real quick. So I have a question for you. So with Johnny Kiefer, do you think a lot of these expectations might impact how he's going to play in the future?
I think it's all depending if he's seeing these things. If it sucks because you have social media. Sometimes the things just pop up in your face. You kind of just see your name and just obviously, it grabs your eye. But if he has the discipline to kind of stay away from the reports and stuff, or if he has a strong mental, maybe it doesn't bother him or faze him at all. But if he's like heavy into like seeing what people are saying about him, and it starts to get to his head, then there's a possibility that
He might be screwed.
It might. But I think, again, a guy who just had the dominance he just had on the Korn Ferry Tour, I'm under the impression he has a really good mental coach who doesn't let those things get to him. And I hope he just kind of relies on his natural talent that he has as a golfer. So those are my thoughts, man, because I know looking up things or just seeing your name come across articles and the pressures of that can have a huge impact. I mean, think about for Rory. Is he ever going to get the career Grand Slam? It took him a long, long time to get there. And he knew it.
Yeah.
He knew that people were talking. Every year you go to the Masters, that was a huge topic of discussion. And unfortunately, he couldn't avoid it because when you go to the Masters Media Day, that question's being asked. That question's being asked. And unfortunately, now it's probably just going to transfer over to Spieth now because he needs to win the PGA Championship to get his after winning 3 majors really quick, kind of like Rory. So if they put it all up in his face like that, then maybe it can get to him. But hopefully he has a strong mental where he's unfazed or unbothered by it. So that's to be seen. But Nate, man, we got a new segment here. This episode is brought to you by New Level Golf. New Level Golf is the clubs and wedges, the irons and wedges that I use, and it's by the players for the players. And our Level Up Golfer of the Week is Aaron Rye. And some people are thinking like, why Aaron Rye? What about Ben Griffin? Ben Griffin just won his 3rd championship and stuff. 3rd tournament and stuff. But this is the reason why I say that Aaron Rye is our Level Up Golfer of the Week. Just won the Abu Dhabi Championships. Beat Tommy Fleetwood in the playoff 4-5. And that wasn't the only dominant player that was in the field. You had guys like Nicola Hogarth, Rory McIlroy, Marco Pinch, who just got his PGA card this year, Shane Lowry, Ramses Hogarth, Ludwig Oberg, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Tyrell Hatton. So,
stronger field for sure.
Stronger field, and I see it in 2 ways because I think at one point, if there were 2 people I had to name that I thought had an opportunity to maybe get on the Ryder Cup, I thought Aaron Rye, and I thought, what's my name? What's my dog's name? Oh, I talked about
with the top hat, not the top hat.
I know the one that
dressed like Payne Stewart.
Yes. Oh my gosh, bro.
Dude, why do you have to have a brain fart right now?
Right now.
I can't remember his name either, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Why do I want to say his name is Harry something?
Yeah, it's like Harry Hall.
Harry Hall. Thank you. Yes, Harry.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
Yeah, Harry Hall.
Okay.
But those are the 2 guys I thought like, man, they got. What do we say when people don't? They got snubbed. They got
snubbed. Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't say Aaron Rye got snubbed. I think Harry Hall did for sure. But they didn't need him. Europe still won the Ryder Cup. But when you look at this field and taking down Fleetwood, who's hot right now in a playoff, I think that well warrants Aaron Rye to be the new level, golfer of the week, bro. So harder field. You competed with a lot of guys who won the Ryder Cup that maybe you thought you should have been in place of. Maybe you didn't. I mean, I'm just thinking that. I thought he had better seasons than certain golfers. But I think Aaron Rye was definitely worthy of being the Level Up Golfer of the Week. But again, guys, we appreciate you listening to this episode of Golf and Gospel Podcast. Please, again, like, subscribe, rate us on Spotify, comment, man. I say this all the time, a lot of you guys end up hitting me up like, what do you think about this? If y'all ask me any golf questions, once again, me and Nate are just going to send you the link to this episode, and you can scroll around and find it. There are chapters on there, so you can get to them quicker. But guys, I hate that thumbs up thing. But again, we appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. Once again, we got 115 subscribers. Let's make it 117. I'll be grateful for 117. Not on my golf scorecard, but in subscribers, I would definitely like it. So we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.